Hello everyone, I'm Dhvani Rajguru. I'm pursuing my Masters from Department of English in English Literature, MKBU. And today I'm gonna talk about one film as a part of the film studies which comes in our syllabus. The film is very popular and I guess that most of you have seen that film. The name is Wake Up Sid, which is directed by Ayan Mukherjee, in which I'm gonna talk about some important frames, some scenes, and also the sound with the reference of some terms which comes in the film studies. So let's begin. Okay, so first of all, what is film studies? Film studies is an academic discipline that deals with theoretical, historical and critical approach to the cinema as a form of art and a medium. Why we always prefer watching the cinema, watching a movie rather than reading a book, just because of the frame, the scene, the sound or verbals or expressions of hero or heroine. But have you ever observed that everything which is used in the movie or every scene or the sound, these are very much related to that story? I mean that director always put it very much intentionally so that they have a very deep meaning of that scene or the frames too. Okay, so let's begin with the scene of the very beginning of the movie, in which we can see that there is the frame in which everything is messed up in the room. Now, which shows that how Siddharth, the hero, short name is Sid, who is messed up, his life is messed up and as well as his thoughts are. And also there is one frame in that scene, that field of vision, in which we can see that the Sid is having some books in his hand, and rather than reading that exams books, instead of that he is making his cartoon. So this frame and the another frame in which he just give his friend the papers, exam papers, to throw that away from the car. So now all these frames of that movie, all these scenes are showing that his life is not that serious, he is not too serious about himself, his career, and everything is just messed up in his life as well as in his mind. Now, as far as I know, director has also used the Kuleshov effect. Kuleshov effect is the effect which is found by Lev Kuleshov between 1910s and 1920s, which means that it is a mental phenomenon by which viewers derive more meaning from the interaction of two sequential shots than from a single shot in isolation. So there are more than one shot in that effect, and we can see in this movie that the father of Sid, he has having the stable expression in one scene, and then there is a scene of Sid, and then the third one is about again Sid's father. He is having the same expression at that time. So here he wants to convey that the Sid is the reason of his unhappiness, of his sadness, as he is not that serious. Now the another frame is about the song. There is one song in that movie in which girl is having tattoo on his backside. The hero Sid observes that, and at the same time the diegetic sound comes, that in that song the lines are अब है तू जहाँ दिन रात सारे नए हैं आरज़ू जवा जज्बात सारे नए हैं. That means if you Google that, you can find that what is this butterfly symbolizes. So the butterfly means hope, new beginning, or the positive transformation. So now Sid is having so many changes in his life. He just started working as the cameraman, the photographer, and also his life was messed up, but now the positive transformation is coming. So here the video is. This is the another scene. The psychology behind these two frames is very beautiful. Let me explain how. That in the one frame Aisha is writing, and in the another frame here Sid is reading. So the writing plays a very important part in the film, director portrays that in a way that when they met, Sid and Aisha, then when he met her for the very first time, she was writing, and now the writing is the thing through that he got to know that she loves her. Now how? Just because she wrote a poetry in which she confessed that she loves him, and through that poetry, when he read that poetry, he got to know that no, she really loves me. So the writing is that in the beginning and as well as at the end, you can see that there is the zoom in effect in this scene. So in this scene, the zoom in effect wants to tell us about the character's deep thoughts. He's thinking about someone, he is having different expressions at the same time. So this is the zoom in effect. We can see this frame in which Sid is set there, and tree is behind him, and it seems like tree is growing from his self. So it is symbolizing that he is growing, the emotions are growing in his self. There is also one frame in which the colors, different colors, are connecting both Sid and Aisha. Aisha is a mature girl. Now these colors which are connecting both the characters also symbolize something. The director wants to say here about the different characteristics of the character through the colors. For example, purple, there is this purple in the frame, that means royalty. The pink color, that means compassion. The green color, that means nature, growth. The orange means warmth and energy, and the yellow one is happiness, positivity and the creativity. Now this shows that while they were making their home beautiful, their flat decorated, these colors are symbolizing that they are also building their character, they are also making their life amazing, creative, beautiful. This movie talks about how one's life can change through the emotions and feelings. And the two significant changes Ayan Mukherjee wants to show here, that in the first frame the darkness was there, he was living in the dark room, it was night scene, and in the end it was the daylight, it was the sunlight. So this both changes wants to symbolize that how his life is changed through the darkness to the light, and how his growth has happened. Now the another significant change is, in the beginning he hate reading, but in the end he is reading the magazine, and this shows that now he loves to read. You can see that he rushed to her, and this sea is shoring. Now what does it symbolize? This also means that he is having very beautiful thoughts, the thoughts of love in his mind. He is having feeling for her, Aisha. So this all natural elements want to symbolize something. So this is the movie that actually tells us that how can we find ourselves through the emotion of love. Or maybe when you have seen that movie, the self-confidence of yours also built up just like me. And also the frames, diegetic and non-diegetic sounds and the scenes are very beautifully portrayed here by director. And do comment if you find any another frames or scenes which are significant. Thank you.